the pleasure of sitting down with two amazing women, Vivian Jokotade and Queen Smith, where we discussed how you can just be yourself and do what you need to do to become the best you. As we sat down and we discussed during this 6-part segment, there was so much greatness that came from those conversations. I personally learned so much, and I hope that you will learn also. Join us as we release these bi-weekly segments. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I hope you enjoy.
So let's really talk about this.
I have a lot to say about this, actually. I have a ton of things to say about this. I love the fact that we transitioned into this new topic because it's a great one. And we were actually just speaking about this morning. And I think one of the biggest problems why so many, especially women my age, everyone's getting married. We have families all coming together. It's summertime. It's wedding season. But with social media,
pressure.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all you see in your news feed is, oh my God, Johnny and Bob are getting married.
Hashtag bling.
Yeah, hashtag lemonade 2015. When you see those things, I think a lot of women my age, the next step is marriage.
Yes.
And if they're in a relationship, it's natural to see things and you're like, oh, I want the exact same thing for myself. Or maybe even ministries that you're following. It's a huge emphasis is on marriage. And I think naturally for any woman or any young man, it would be, oh, man, I have to be like this. Or I desire these same things. So you find yourself with thoughts that come into your mind of, how am I going to get to this place? Why am I not in this place? It's happening for everyone else, and it's not happening for me.
Except for me.
Yes. And I mean, I've done it before. I'm in a relationship, and I've been like, oh my God, I'm just a little upset because it's not happening. And we actually had that conversation, and he was like, you are never going to be happy if you continue to look at other people and compare your life to theirs.
Yes.
Because your life is for you, and it'll never bring happiness when you do that.
And other people will always paint a better picture, especially on Facebook.
Oh yes.
Some of the ladies I talk to privately, but their Facebook post does not reflect where they are. So if I didn't know them, I would just envy their lives, you know. And you have all these women that are like, okay, everybody's having kids, everybody's getting married, everybody's going on vacations, but
everyone has the perfect love story.
The perfect love story.
They never fight.
They never fight. He just took me out today.
My husband. And
the house is perfect.
Yeah, no, that's not reality. And our newsfeed, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, some of my newsfeed, I'm just like, this is not happening, you know, because I'm in a certain place in my life, but they would never paint I mean, there's some people that put all their business out there and tell you what's really wrong in their lives. Right. But 90%, nobody's gonna get on there and say, well, today was a sucky day for me, you know.
I've noticed that I'll sit down with women and they talk about the people who they follow on Facebook. And these are like intimate conversations that you have with people. And they will tell you how they really feel. Like, life is not really like that in a marriage. Everything is not perfect in a marriage. So I actually go to people who are married and I talk to them and I'm like, what's the real deal? Because it can't be this perfect. And I find myself cringing inside because I'm like, am I not on the right path because I don't have what they have? And I'm just being real.
Right.
It's just being real.
Right.
And I'm wondering, like, for even some of the ministries out there that paint that picture for young men and young women, what do you say to that?
Okay, so what I found, I will be honest, one thing that I've come to do is guard my heart. As the Bible, guides us to do that, because from it flows issues of life, know. And so I will be honest, I think if you as an individual, as a woman, if you can work hard on developing a Christ-centered focus for your life, the pressures will come, no doubt, but it will get better and you will know how to handle it. So for instance, there are some life principles that I've come to develop for myself. One is that someone will always have more than I have. And and Scripture talks to us about contentment. And so I think every woman should learn the discipline of being content.
Yes.
The Apostle Paul wrote that he's learned to be, content in any season, any circumstance in life, whether with much, whether with little.
Yes.
So, when someone posts on Facebook, oh, we just got back from a 5-city tour vacation, I bless the name of the Lord for them. I'm happy for them. And I look at my bank account, I'm like, you know what? I'm not in that position to go on a 5-country tour, a city tour, and I will just be fine just going to my community center, and just hanging tight in the pool, So ladies, be content. Stop looking at somebody else's circumstance. You're right. We all put our very best picture. Ever take photos and then you're like, no, don't use that one.
Oh,
use this one. Everyone wants to put their very best forward. And so you start off with being what? Number one, don't forget what we talked about, focus.
Yes.
Number two is not what? Contentment. Be content with your own dinner plate. That's a whole sermon. Be content.
Looking at other people's dinner plates.
If you're only at the appetizer and someone's already at dessert, just focus on your appetizer.
Yes.
The entree will come, and then dessert will come.
Yes. Yes.
Chew on that. Just chew on that.
I need to chew on that for real. 'Cause that was good. That was definitely really, really good. Whew, I had to soak in. Holy Spirit.
And those ministries that do paint those kind of pictures, I do believe that we need to teach people their find out your purpose. What is your purpose? I hear people say all the time, I just want to get married and have kids. Well, if that's the case, my life is over next month, right? Because I'm about to have a little girl. So God take me now, because He created me to just get married and have kids. There's more to life than that.
Yes.
And it's not like I don't love my husband. We have a great relationship where the Lord has blessed us. We're able to have a child this year after so many prayers. And I love it, but I know God created us for more.
Right.
Yes.
So maybe we should teach women
Right.
to find out, God said, I know the plans I have for you.
That's
He has a
right.
plan for every single woman,
That's
not for me to make you me. Does it make sense? Or want my life. Because we're all individuals,
Yes.
And I think about Mary. She was in a zone. She was getting ready to get married, and God interrupted her life. Because it was purpose. I needed you to deliver the Messiah.
Yes.
So this was the middle of her planning a wedding.
Her engagement.
Best time of her life. Modern women, no, God. Pause. Johnny's waiting for me, because I would not be carrying this baby for you. I would not bring this thing forward. Everything is on hold because wedding bells is all I hear.
Yes.
And I see a lot of women that live like that. And my prayer is always, I want God to interrupt women's lives, even when they feel like this is what I need. That God would interrupt your life and say, okay, I have a purpose for you.
Yes.
Because that was a purpose meeting.
Yes.
Like, okay, you're planning this, but this is what I have planned. And He didn't have that conversation with Joseph. He had it with Mary because she's her own person. So I do think that ministries need to teach people, who are you?
Absolutely. I think what's happening too is we're beginning to see this shift with women where their focus has become, okay, I gotta have this relationship. I'm working towards this marriage.
Oh my gosh.
And because I'm seeing what I'm seeing on social media, that's my focus. I gotta have the perfect man. So I'm gonna make him, I'm gonna form him into it. So they can't even get that interruption from God like Mary did. No, like you said. So it's I'm planning, I'm working on this man, I'm forming my husband, and I'm gonna add God in it or put the Jesus tag on it by saying, honey, we're going to build a ministry. And then we're going to promote it and advertise it all over Facebook or all over social media. And then that's our Jesus stamp.
No.
And now it seems like everyone, at least I can say in America, this is what's happening. And, I don't want to say it's a bad thing.
Right.
But when you started looking at this man and saying, ooh, I'm going to turn him into my Adam, or I'm going to turn him into my Boaz, I'm forming this ministry. I got all this in the back of my mind, and God may not even want you to go in that direction.
That is true.
He may not want that for you. Going back to that's what worked for Betty.
Yes.
That's what worked for Vivian. That's what worked for Queen. But I need to stay in my own lane.
That is correct.
Yes.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And they're in scripture, they're perfect example. You were speaking of Mary. So Mary's cousin is Elizabeth.
Yes.
But guess what? If Mary was like, oh, Elizabeth is having a baby and blah, 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 and she wasn't focused, guess what? Elizabeth's child was the forerunner of Mary's child.
Yeah.
And so, in other words, Elizabeth had purpose. God had a purpose and a plan for her. And she had to carry that.
Mary.
Yes. Yes. So and then Mary had her own purpose. So Elizabeth had to carry her purpose. And Mary had to carry her purpose. And both women had to focus because they were bringing something precious into the world. And so you look at your life, and from now on, ladies, we have to start believing that and saying that and just saying, God has a purpose for me.
Yes.
God, it might not be what Jessica has, it might not be what Queen has, but he has a special purpose for me. And what I need to do is seek it out, find it, and carry it to term. What happens a lot of times is we don't carry our dreams, our birth, our God-given plans to term. And so we leave it on the wayside and we want to pick up Jessica's. I want to pick up Jessica's. And so I have an abortion on the way. I put it aside. I just put that dream aside. I lay it aside and like, this isn't good enough. Jessica's looks better. So I'm just going to throw this dream away. I'm going to abort this dream. And then I'm just going to take on Jessica's. Guess what? There is a seed. There is a big, big gift at the end. There's a gift of salvation at the end. You can't cast your purpose and your plan because of what somebody else looks like today. And so ladies, this is really big. I think it's become just an entire dis-ease.
And it's like you said, instead of fighting each other, we do need one another.
Right.
Because their purpose kind of intertwine.
Right.
And they help. As soon as Mary found out that she was when she got pregnant, she went to see Mary. It wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna hide it and I'm gonna keep it for me because Mary got her own thing and there's this competition thing. We're gonna see who's the cute pregnant woman who's gonna carry this thing better. They met and it said the baby lived in her womb. So I do think we need each other rather than saying, okay, well, I don't like what she's carrying or I want what she's carrying.
Right.
That conversation never happened. They kept what they had, but there was still connection. The babies the purpose had connection. So the connection part, we ladies need to have it. Rather than fighting or rather than picking it up or rather than maybe just hanging around Jessica to really find out what's really going on in her life to see what I can pick up. Maybe she'll throw something on the floor and I'll be like, well, Jessica didn't take care of it well, so I'm just going to pick it up and use it for me,
I love how we're using this analogy and we have two pregnant women right next to me. I think that's so beautiful. So beautiful.
I think what we can take away from this, as leaders, as women leaders, is how do we essentially break the walls? Because I'm sure there's a woman watching and she's thinking, oh, they look so beautiful. I love their points. They just look like they have it together. No.
Oh, Jesus.
No,
I'm looking at them like they're so amazing. They have everything together.
No. Let's stop that. Let's stop that. Let's stop that. I think, ladies, it's very vital that we know that none of us has it together, but for God. But for God. I might be able to articulate it better, maybe, but that doesn't make me better than you.
Absolutely.
There's something that God has in you for me. And if I keep watching, if I just open up and I've made up my mind that I will be open and I will be sincere and I'll be simple. Just ladies, this is the way it is. Like I said earlier, my home hasn't been the perfectly organized home and I want to get it there. And let me be honest with you, I got help too. I hired help. I got my housekeeper to help me because the truth is I could not be this mighty perfect woman that we all are trying to make ourselves. And so let down these walls, always remember someone will always have more than you do.
Yes.
You know, someone may always have it a little bit better together than you do, you know, but it doesn't make you any become beautiful. You become just bountiful in life and what you have to offer.
Yeah.
Awesome.